Tonight, the party once led by Nelson Mandela is hit by its worst election results since apartheid ended 30 years ago. Hello there, good evening. It looks like the end of an era in South Africa. This week's election there has seen a collapse in support for the ruling ANC, which has lost its outright majority for the first time in 30 years since the end of apartheid. Many voters blamed the ANC for high levels of crime and corruption and failures in the supply of basic necessities like water and electricity. The ANC will now have to search for coalition partners. Our Africa correspondent Barbara Plett-Usher has this report. Well, to the election here now, and as the first full week of campaigning draws to a close, the battle lines are starting to take shape. One of those key fights is between the SNP and the Scottish Conservatives in the North East. Today, the SNP leader, John Swinney, has been in the area targeting Conservative seats there with the message that the SNP is best placed to remove them. Meanwhile, the Scottish Conservatives have also been in the North East, focusing on local services. With more on that now and what the other parties have been up to today, here's our political correspondent, Georgia Roberts. Aberdeen and Edinburgh have become the latest Scottish cities to enforce their low emission zones. They join Glasgow and Dundee in putting restrictions on the type of vehicles allowed in city centres to help tackle air pollution. The two cities have gone live exactly a year after Glasgow, which launched its scheme on the 1st of June 2023. Dundee introduced theirs just on Thursday. With more now, here's our reporter, Hope Webb. Let's take a look at some of the day's other news now. And Benjamin Netanyahu has insisted there will be no permanent ceasefire in Gaza until Hamas's military and governing capabilities are destroyed and all hostages are released. Now, pharmacists say there's growing evidence of a crisis in the supply of medications in the UK. The National Pharmacy Association, which represents independent community pharmacists, says that over the past 2 years there's been a threefold increase in the use of what are called serious shortage protocols, which allow them to prescribe an alternative when one drug isn't available. Dominic Hughes now reports. And that takes us into the sport news now. And Scotland striker Lyndon Dykes will miss the upcoming Euros after sustaining an injury at training on Friday night. And Rugby Now and Edinburgh have missed out on the United Rugby Championship playoffs after losing their final league fixture 31-6 against Benetton in Italy. OK, and now Callum takes a look at the weather. And that's all from us tonight. Bye-bye.